All my painting is with oil-based primers and top coats. I used to paint automotive years ago, but I have since changed to strictly oil-based. The amount of time spent in this priming and sanding process directly relates to the quality of the finished product. So I alternate the shades of my primer between coats. This way, when I'm sanding through the layers, I can tell where my imperfections are by color. The first coat of primer I actually thin down 20 to 25% because I want penetration. And oftentimes I'll just use leftover primer from a previous paint job, like this yellow. Then I'll go ahead and change colors for my next coat as I begin the process. This Piedmont wagon, I began using primer that was tinted as a gray, as you've watched in my previous videos. The whole purpose of the first coat of primer is adhesion, and then I begin to actually do my surfacing and filling in the wood grain. So this is the first coat, and I sand it just to where wood is starting to show. I don't take it any further than this. Now, watching sanding is about as exciting as watching paint dry, so I speeded this up. But a lot of detail work goes into initially smoothing out all the roughness with this first coat of primer. About each time going around and sanding an undercarriage takes about 12 hours. After the initial base coat, I try to tint the primer closer to what the top color coat's going to be. The body on this is going to be green, so I tinted the primer green. When I'm done with that green, I can add tint and change it to a different color for a different carriage. Now I primed the undercarriage gray, but the top color is going to be a maroon, so my next coat of primer I'm going to put red tints into it to give it the red hue. Straight red just makes it look kind of pink, so I also add some black to darken it up. So here I have the undercarriage reprimed, little red tone, and this is what it looks like with the box on the undercarriage. So one of my little quirks is I don't like messy paint cans. It keeps the lids from sealing correctly. So I went to the local Ace Hardware store and then to the local Home Depot. They both had supposedly the same remedy to messy paint cans. One is this little paint plow. I'd never seen one and never used one. Looked kind of interesting, so I thought I'd give it a try. The other is more common, a snap-on lip. I've seen these before and I've actually used them in the past. Ace sells them for $1.99 and $89, and Home Depot sells the same thing for 98 cents. Ace has a 60-yard roll of masking tape for $3.59. Home Depot has a 55-yard roll of masking tape, 2-inch wide, for $2.67. So let's see how they work. So I'm going to start out with a brand new full can of primer, full to the brim. So here's the plastic lip. I've had this one for a number of years. It just snaps right on the inner lip. And when it's full, it's tough to keep it within the width of the plastic lip. But if you're careful, you can make it work. Now the question is, how do you get the blooming thing off of there? Looks like a mess to me. Now it's got to get cleaned up so you can use it again for the next time. So did it work? Well, I guess it was better than no lip at all, but it doesn't look like it was a perfect deal to me. If you want these paint cans to seal back up again, this lip's got to be clean. Otherwise it lets air in and then you start having skimming problems on your paint. Now, how about this paint plow thing? I'm not sure how it works. I just kind of looked at the picture and somehow it's supposed to go in this lip and scoop it up and roll it over something. I'm not quite sure. Well, let's try it with a little paint in there and see if it does the job. Well, maybe I'll get 100 comments on this that I'm as dumb as a post, but I can't quite figure out how the thing's supposed to work. Well, I like my old tried and true, how I've done it for years, and that's what I'm going to show you next. Yeah, and I still got to deal with this messy thing. Back to my old 2-inch masking tape. 60 yards for $3.59. I get about 90 applications out of this. Makes it about 4 cents a piece. First thing is to make sure the lip is clean. Sharp pocket knife is handy. And a fold under the corners, kind of make a little spout. Make sure it has good contact all the way around. And take out the center. Double check, make sure it's down tight. Good to go. Nice and wide, so you got lots of room on a full can. When you fold your corners, you can play with the depth and the width as you like. Pretty clean, pretty easy. No plastic reusable lips to have to clean up. Thanks for watching.